First, I'm going to whisper into your left ear. Okay. Are you ready? Good. 15, 27, 64, 39.
That was a clip from the YouTube channel SCOOPERDOODLE. But why a cranial nerve exam?
And why all the whispering and role-playing? Dr. Scoops, aka Scooperdoodle, is what's known as an ASM artist. She and scads of others service a growing population of people who have identified themselves with Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, or ASMR.
When Asmerians are exposed to a sensory trigger, they describe it as a pleasurable tingling that begins in the head and scalp, shimmying its way down the spine, completely relaxing the body.
The Asmerian community has identified two types of ASMR. For those with type A, it's just a matter of exposure to a trigger, while type B need to actually experience the trigger. Think a haircut, medical exam, or anything involving instruction.
The most prevalent auditory cue or trigger is whispering, and not just any whisper. The ASM artist is skilled in creating a soothing, measured speech pattern. The effect is to heighten the already attention-getting strategy of nesting your words on a sigh of breath.
The Happy Little Trees artist Bob Ross is a stellar, albeit unintentional, example. Trance-inducing whisper? Check. Personal attention? He's talking to you, right? What about instruction? You too can learn to paint happy little trees.
Triggers vary for the ASMR individual and include categories like tapping of nails on a hard surface, the crinkling of paper, pages in a book turning, personal care like a role-playing video in which the ASMR artist looks at the camera and pretends to give you, the viewer, say, a facial, or even watching someone stroke another person's hair.
The key seems to be a sense of caring and intimacy with the viewer. And to increase this sense, ASMR artists like Maria of Gentle Whispering use 3D or binaural microphones, which create a stereo recording that makes the listener feel like he or she is in the same room as the speaker.
So, is ASMR a real thing that finally has a name and an internet community to support it? Or is it simply something that was birthed into being by the internet? In other words, when people find out about it, are they just primed to experience the same heightened response?
Stephen Novilla, a neurologist at the Yale University School of Medicine, posits that if ASMR does indeed exist, it could be a small seizure, or just something that activates the pleasure centers of the brain.
Others liken it to synesthesia, a well-studied phenomenon where experiencing one sense results in the experience of another. For instance, seeing the letter A as red, or hearing a word that makes you taste a certain flavor.
The common thread that runs through the ASMR community is a sense of nurturing. Mark O'Connell, writing for Slate magazine in the article The Soft Bulletins, writes, "There's something about the typical ASMR video that seems to address itself to a desire to regain some prelapsarian state of mother-child unity."
Indeed. And well, who doesn't need a little nurturing now and then?
I'm going to sketch you now so that we can tell whether or not you're an Asmerian.
And while he does that,